Hello, I'm Steve Monkey Mason and welcome back to my podcast series. This is for Tremors, A Cold Day in Hell, and I am pressing play right now. There we go. Okay, so I watched half this last night, half this morning. This is the day after I did the podcast for Tremors Bloodlines. Watched this morning, the back end of it. Was diddling on my computer, setting up some of the episodes of my show, and then I went outside and I've been trimming a hedge and burning some stuff, and then my new neighbour, who's from 3 doors up the road, moved in just after lockdown, and he's just started fucking shouting at us, "Have you not seen I've got me washing out?" I was like, mate, this burner has been on since 9 o'clock this morning, you know what I mean? I've been burning wood all morning, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're shouting at me because you've just realised I've got a fire. See, welcome to the neighbourhood, mate. So yeah, he was shouting at us, and I was like, mate, look, if you want to be put on the floor, come round here because of quarantine. I'm not being shouted at like that by somebody that can fuck right off. So anyway, I'm a bit late doing this podcast. I was going to do it a bit earlier, but I decided to make as much racket as I can in the garden as possible. Okay, this movie fast-tracked out after a long time of not having a Tremors. We got Tremors Cold Day in Hell only a few short years after. And the idea of Tremors in the snow, it's like, oh my god, that's a mint idea for a sequel. And it starts off and it looks promising. It looks a little bit low budgety. Then you realise it's all filmed in South Africa. So yeah, probably one of the most least content continents with snow ever. I mean, this day and age with all the global warming, fucking probably does have snow, but yeah. So yeah, it starts off. We get a better intro than the fifth one, I think. We've got no like loud, heavy music and flying motorbikes. We've got a group of people who look like they're about to meet their demise, you know, drilling. And we see the dogs bugger off, don't they? Yeah, get some huskies on there. It's the old Coldy. But yeah, same director. Michael Goss is back and Jimmy Kennedy are back as well. It sort of takes its own direction. I think the director proved himself for the last one. That was in the right hands, and I think the concept's good. But like, if they hadn't called it A Cold Day in Hell, it would have been perfectly fine. But like, you're buying it expecting all to be in the snow scenario, and you get this first 10 minutes of snow, and that's it. It's a bit like, hang on a minute. And as well, at the time as well, development of Kevin Bacon's Tremors is in development as well. So it was insane to think that we were going to get 2 Tremors movies. Now, unfortunately, we've only had the trailer of Kevin Bacon's, which I was over the moon with, but it hasn't been picked up, or whatever's happened with that. I mean, I thought if Netflix picked that up, they might reissue the new series. I mean, it's classed as a TV movie. I mean, the CGI cracking of the snow is not very good here, but the reveal of the Graboids class, look at that, man. Just what a great start. Dogs fuck off, good. I like dogs getting killed in films. But yeah, this is classed as a TV movie. Kevin Bacon one's classed as a TV movie. I'm hoping it gets a release, but again, it's how to market it. Where does it fit in this franchise? That's the main problem. The idea that Val's daughter's in this, and they are referencing Kevin Bacon, that's reminiscent of the first movie with the roadman workers getting dragged off to his demise. He's dead. But yeah, one thing about this movie, they have got the fucking ground tremors sorted. Like, I mean, they're always going to slow motion like they do there. There's a couple of times they do, but they're simply mastered that technology. Like, actually, I'm just thinking there. So, if you are watching these podcasts, you will know that Review Rant Randoms have been filmed in New Zealand and in England. And look at that Graboid fly out there. Give him a nudge. See, the spiky things don't really... And then we're getting new credits. Tremors, Cold Day in Hell. If they hadn't called it, it would have been fine. So if you check out Tremors 5 review, when I'm in the garden, I was using my action model of myself and my Graboid made by Dark Shadows. And that neighbour who was shouting at us, he was actually shouting at somebody on his phone. So he's been nicknamed Foghorn Leghorn. So yeah, that's the end of me ranting about my neighbour. I do apologise. So in this movie, we get to go back to perfection, which is pretty cool. because we haven't been here since the third movie. I know the fourth movie set in Rejection, but and we sort of get a new character written in here. I don't know if this is something that spins off the TV show. I don't know if this tries to follow something set up the TV show. Again, unfortunately, I haven't seen it. I want to see it. It's not available. I think it's really hard to get hold by. But the taxman walking in there, and he's got. The only thing that's really cool is you can see a little picture of Walter Chang on the counter, and also the standee of Bert just happens to be like the pose Michael Gloss is on the box set. That's quite funny. So I'm multitasking. I've got the Loch Ness podcast, which I recorded in between. The Loch Ness is going to come out first. That's uploading in the background, so I am proper multitasking at the moment. So Gummer's gone full shaved head in this one. The taxman. So there's a little picture. Walter Chang has spotted that. Sudden death has been rented out. No photos. Eruption. What's that chewing gum on the counter? Wild Africa postcard. That's a nice little hint. Someone from South Africa, maybe it's the family, have sent that going. The taxman's about to say that, you know, you have got nothing left, Mr. Gummer. The bean counter. I think you've got the ammunition cup. Just checking the background here. Ass blasting eggs. That's what the fucking chewing gum's called on the counter. And this is they make it a note out of this as well. He's changed his hat to the Cubs. Obviously, he's had the Alaska or whatever he's had on his head for the last 6 movies. Everyone seems to pick up that he's wearing a different cap. Now I thought maybe they haven't got the rights to use that cap, but then there's a flashback of 3 and he's wearing that cap, so maybe it's not. So you can just start to see that standee starting to appear in the background. Tremors, Cold Day in Hell is the first time as well that they haven't used an underground tremor. It's just got Michael and Jamie running away and the graboid flying around in the air like a twisting tornado. They went away with a traditional like ground trembling. That's got to be one of the poses. Looks like it's just got all these bootleg survival shows. Agent Dickweed, but again, like the idea would make it work. Tremors in the snow. It's sort of like, you know, Tremors in Africa. So let's go to Antarctica and like get another run out of it. But again, this as well, sticking with the formula of Bert and Travis that work as chemistry, and you know they've built the foundation. There's Walter Chang in the background just there. But again, could it have gone... Again, they must have been wondering what the Kevin Bacon one's going to be. Was Michael going to be in the Tremors? That's a great reveal of Travis there. He's looking a bit worse for wear, Jamie Kenny. This now, he is not back for the new one, from what I can see. Island Fury has same director, Michael Gross is back, and no Jamie Kennedy by the looks of it. So he's been off doing a music video. As well, I noticed with Perfection here, obviously this is a South African set, you only really see the market in, or a store. You don't seem to see anything else outside of it. Boston Tea Party. So yeah, there's no like mention of Desert Jack or anything like that. It is still called Chang's Store, so. Come on, Bert, don't be hurt. See, also they're chucking the new thing that Bert's actually not well, which again, it's a character development, you know what I mean? Sort of ties the series down. getting angry. But again, I don't know what the new one's about. Island Fury. Is it on the island? Now, where else could you really take the franchise? Again, though, going back to this, there's no Shriekers. The Ass Blasters have a small role, and then the Graboids again. So it literally, it's almost a copy and paste formula of the first one. In the sense of how they use the creatures, which, but they use, you know, they throw in like the need to keep one alive, and so here we go. It's all meant to be set here in Antarctica, the Canadian Arctic Circle. That's the one. So fair play to these actors. Though, if this was filmed in fucking South Africa, they'd be fucking boiling with all this stuff on. But these guys all make the discovery. This is probably the least body count. I mean, fair enough, 3 people have just been murdered at the first. But I'm talking about the main characters. And we get introduced to quite a lot of new characters in this one. And I don't think any of the base get killed. You've got Val's daughter on the left here. You've got the Indian Mexican guy. You've got the leader. One of their team goes out the window, but I think that's it. Quite a lot of new characters. But again, it's just a very stale blue as well. I mean, fuck, for all I know, that could be just Sander in that. Fucking technology, you can do stuff now like, oh yeah, it's sand, yeah, we're going to make it look like fucking snow. Fuck me. I just looked down at my cup of tea and look fucking purple. I've been staring at the screen so much. There again, just like there it is. It's just like, right, there's a set built in the middle of somewhere, and it's cool that they go over the top, but there's like fuck all anywhere else. See a bird here starting to have a. Again, they use footage of the old movie. Flick it down. Ooh, he's there loading Corona at the fridge. Awkward. Phone ringing. Fucking hell, the eggs have turned around. I'm just going to have a look at this Island Fury. I'm just going to look at some facts here while we start getting going with the movie. So it was 2008, this movie. It's an hour and 38 minutes. Same director. It's all shot in South Africa. Trivia. This is the first time Bert Gummer isn't wearing his trademark Atlanta Hawks hat. The time sports is Chicago Cubs. My glasses suggest that Bert's hat is to change to Chicago Cubs for allowance for his own hometown's team. Travis tells Rika take off his pants. This is a reference to Tremors. Kilo Hector, who plays Arya, is also Attila the Hutt, the polar bear. The colour blue was almost in every scene. No shit. The camouflage worn by Bert Gummer under his chest rig. Fuck me, there's loads of random ones in here. Daughter of Val and Earls. The film contains numerous direct references to the original, including having Val and Earls call herself Val after characters. Yeah, there's a lot of random stuff on there. There's not a Tremors Island Fury. So Island Fury doesn't have any artwork yet. Graboids are legally taken to a new island resort to play a rich boy in a dangerous game of trophy hunting. So basically Tremors versus Hard Target, really. John Hefner's in it, as also known as Napoleon Dynamite. Michael Gloss is back, but there is no sign of Jamie Kennedy. We'll see what Jamie Kennedy's doing. I think Jamie Kennedy really becomes Jamie Kennedy's. You know, he really takes on the role in this. 108 films, good played here. He's in Usher, a music video. He's in Trick. It's Dr. Steven, spelled right as well. Spinning Man, Saving the Wild. So he did Tremors, Cold Day in Hell, Surviving the Wild, Spinning Man, Trick, Usher's music video, Crabs in a Bucket, The President's Boy. So yeah, not in Tremors coming. Buddy, he's done a lot of movies, like just looking at that one there, Buddy Hood. Buddy Hutchins. But yeah. So let's just have a look at Tremors. So Tremors, the TV movie was same year. It's got 7.7. Television reboot of the Tremors, which is a small town trapped under fear of giant underground worms living beneath. Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward is in it. You know what I mean? So this was developed the same time. Quite a big cast. Has a trailer. Someone's just wrote please in massive capital letters. So we'll have to see what happens. I mean, if this comes out, I mean, it'll get a release. Fans will buy it just for the connection. I think I put a spot in my ear. So I've been talking Tremors in the meantime. The girl has just phoned to tell Bert to get himself up to the Arctic Circle. Jamie Kennedy's pleading to come along. He's got his white suit ready. Yeah, I've definitely got a fucking spot in my ear, sorry. Walter Chan's Market. So yeah, it could be money, it could be a story. Island Fury though, hard target for Craboids. But it shouldn't be too long. I mean, I'm sure that it had been finished quite a while, because I'm sure it announced that they'd wrap filming that one. So again though, if you look at like the fact that we didn't know what was happening when this came out with the Tremors reboot, then they've went off and made another Tremors on islands and made it into hunting. It's like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? I mean, seriously, if it didn't work and there's money there and Kevin Bacon's willing to come back to the series, then just get Kevin Bacon back in. So yeah, I will apologise on this podcast if I'm constantly picking my ear. It's really got a spot in there, right? This bird just shouts at Jamie Kennedy's face. It is a 15. I don't think this is the goriest. Number 5 was definitely the most brutalist. We do get to see an underwater attack, which is pretty cool. Again though, look at that. That looks fucking lovely, that. But again, like, is it South Africa and they've just fucking took the paintbrush to it? I mean, I started playing Gods of War the other day. I never played it before. I was like, fuck me, the graphics are amazing. So we've got the crazy pilot. We've got the leader scientist. We've got the wacky DIY guy, which I think is really, really funny. But it's just the scenario that it's the hottest climate change and stuff going down, and like that's why there's no snow. And it's like, what? And I love it how these guys get attacked by an ass blaster straight away. Ass blaster. Fucking crazy pilot. That's not the song. Smuggling moonshine. Oh, there it is. The ass blaster. And it just so happens that Bert would say it. Ass blasters in the Arctic, that's right, man. Doesn't look very good in the daylight. The thing is, she says they hunt during the day, then in Africa they were like the hunt at night. Just make your minds up. Because I don't think it's night time at one point in this movie. Oh, just fucking annihilated itself. Again, though, you can tell by that runway straight away, it's just that little bit, like, it just looks drained of colour. I mean, I must imagine that. Oh yeah, the new Tremors. Yeah, it's going to be set in the Arctic Circle. Yeah, we're going to film it in South Africa. What? I mean, don't get us wrong, you get the bottom of South Africa, and what's next? Fucking Antarctica, you know what I mean? So, it must get cold. But, check, I mean, look at the truck. Even the truck looks like it's borrowed from the last movie, just painted black. It's too dry. I mean, the ground would be wet. Swinter, the guy. I mean, even he doesn't die. So the body count is lower on this. Moonshine. I've been meaning to order. Mitch had ordered some ale from the Grey Horse, which is a local legend, the Grey Horse. And they do like Red Dust and Steel Town pints. And I'm not a big ale drinker, but you go down there, it's literally a street down from me, and I've been meaning to order like them for ages. You go down there, you have a couple of pints, you're fucking smashed. Yeah, I wonder. No, he takes a different approach. Again, though, I think given birth the disease and stuff, and you know, especially later on, seeing where you get a bit more exposure than you should. I think Michael's really embraces the role, and he's the ambassador of the franchise. It'd be really interesting to know what he thought of the Tremors reboot for TV, and if he was going to be a part of it. You know what I mean? But then this, I mean, introducing the fact that Val's daughter's in it, called Val, and here she comes actually as they say that. And there's references to all that. It's they could have set it up the end, going right, we'll go and see him. And again, would she be in the TV show as her? A lot of mystery out there. So there's a lot of characters. We've got Val's daughter. We've got the Mexican man. I'm going to go for Mexican. We've got the crazy pilot. We've got the Black Ops. There's two of them. A lot of them get killed off camera. And then we've got the science team, which is 6 exists of the crazy guy, the Red Bull man, the lead scientist, and the girl who's doing the medical, the doctor who goes flying out the window. A lot of characters introduced. But again, like unlike holding it off for Jamie Kennedy to drop the bomb, she's just like, right, I'm But even there, look, not being funny, right? But he looks like an African extra. Horseshoes. Oh yeah, Dr. Franklin. Burton's White. Just thing is as well about that, right? The thing about the African thing, playing soccer, as they call it. You always see the Africans playing soccer. Like you don't see it in Canada. I love it at the little detail there though. It's got fucking ass blaster blood all over the fucking plane. Not the song. So my theory of recording a new podcast while the other podcast creates is it's quite sound at the moment. Because like there's lockdown stuff. I found myself keep myself busy, but you can only wipe some. I mean, I'm good at I've actually run out of packs of wipes, and everywhere I've been, just like I only try to go out a little bit, and you go and ask for it, and they're like, like, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's rare. I just try to get out what I can. Don't laugh in my face about it. Lead actress there, I think she's very attractive. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm sure we just saw the cast and crew in the reflection of his glasses. Pilot's fucking off her tits. Absolutely off a rocker. So this is Universal. Last one's Universal. Death Race was advertised at the start of this, the fourth Death Race, which looked alright actually. I haven't seen it, but making reference to that, like the Lost Boys, Warner Brothers was made in South Africa, so a lot of people were going down to South Africa to make movies under the radar. For a long time they were jumping across the border into Canada, and I think when TV productions set up and the TV show was a big hit, and that's it, you know what I mean, they take over, they get the priorities. So like even small companies come in then, even off season, you know what I mean, sort of branching out. That type of stuff sort of happened in Europe and stuff like that. But what a fucking flight, man, from LA to fucking South Africa. That'll be a little long hauler. That's her. She goes out the window. That's a shame Jamie Kennedy isn't in the new one, like, because he there's the Red Bull man. It's definitely got a can of Monster. Make sure you keep the logo facing the other way, please. Did hear back from Paul Ray last night, so I want to send that voice message. He's doing research on Rambo, and I was just like, dude, it's called First Blood, and I was just like, if you're going to do that much, just wing it. That's why I find films, if they haven't got a commentary, just get it done. If it has got a commentary, at least try and absorb a little bit so you've got something to talk about. So I'm not talking about me fucking neighbour or singing the Pork Chop Express to fill a void. This is the first sign that Burke's really starting to be on edge and losing it. Ooh. Ooh, I don't like that. What's going on here? Hang on. That almost looked like it was filmed through a fucking glass panel, that. You could see a reflection. I don't know what was going on there. It's just like the little things. She's got that beaded strip in her hair and stuff like that, and it's... I think he carries quite, South African accent. I can't hear it now, but... She looks like Elizabeth Olsen. That's who she looks like. It's not like The Thing when John Carpenter went up, built the set, I mean, it was, you know, this is set round about where they actually filmed The Thing, you know, and John Carpenter going up and they're spending months building the set, then letting 6 months of bloody snow lie on top of it. That's the fucking 80s for you. You know, like, oh, John Carpenter's going to make a movie. It's going to be a 2 year process, and we're going to get The Thing out of it. And like this, it's just like, right, we're going to do Tremors in the Antarctica. Get in where we film it, South Africa, and it's going to be out in 5 weeks. What? Yeah, that's a fucking massive Jeep again. I just don't. You wouldn't see them in America. It's the elephant in the room. I mean, don't get us wrong. Island Fury, I'll have that on pre-order. Again, I think when Tremors came out, there was only like a couple of copies, and we sold out of it. You know what I mean? It does have that cult following. I couldn't resist the steelbook. Although the steelbook's void now that there is a 7th, but it's one of my last purchase with Zavi. Had enough of Zavi. God, the film has totally slowed down, like, hasn't it? I mean, laying down the groundwork and laying down the twists and turns. See, why not Shriekers? We've already had an ass blaster flying. I mean, vans on the roof. There's a movie called Ice Sharks. I've actually lent it out and I never got it back, and I actually bought it again in New Zealand. Look at him drinking another energy drink. The plot, get that attention to detail. And it's literally this for sharks and coming in the Antarctic, and some of the worst CGI you've ever seen. Like, there's a bit where, like, the hut you see from outside, and it's like, Christ. Like, literally, excuse me, you can do more on up houses. It's like, oh my god. I mean, again, does he look Canadian in any shape or form? I'm not being racist or anything like that. I mean, should that not be a fucking Mountie that turns up? The ass blaster's got him. He's gone. Just saying. He better run. Peekaboo. Could you be safe from the ass blast if you wouldn't be safe from the graboid, would you? It's going to get him. It's on the roof. Fuck that satellite. Fucking ass blasters taking out the signal. That's how they do it. Wipe it out quick. Let me shoot. Hitting on her already. I mean, I wouldn't. Here it comes. Still looking like a butt on legs, like. Again though, going back to them designer graboids being in South Africa, and obviously now they're all the way up in the top end of Canada, and you think, well, that's just the new design. I mean, the old school classic designs were class. Balls are here in the Spook of Records. He doesn't deserve to live, man. There you go. Plot twist coming. Ah! Him imitating him. Again, it's bringing a bit more comedy back. Again, wrapped all like. I mean, that's pretty terrifying. Ready for behind him. Do check it out, John. This is the last of the ass blasters of the movie, I think. Yep. Explosive though. Yeah, this is the twist coming. To me personally, that's the only way to use negative effect in brief flashes. It's like, oh, some people, this one like do some of the videos in it fully in negative, and it's like you can't see shit, man. It's pretty cool. Like, it's to see it from a different, almost reality, but flashes. So my theory is they would have, again though, they would have just been flown down. How long are they there for? Hotel resort, catered well. Shooting back home, almost like a holiday. You know, I mean, that's what we do. Some actors have problems downsizing their movies. You know, Hollywood's on the doorstep, living the wild life of Hollywood, but like, you've got to go where the work is. If you can get yourself, and especially what Michael Gross has done, he's been on loads, like, but graboid boots. That's a pretty big medical bay for them huts, like. So, let's see how far we're into this. Halfway, an hour left of me rambling. Again though, it's the same formula. Second encounter of an ass blaster, like the bridge and the fifth one, was that there. So it's a very maybe it's cloned in a way. But obviously this is the twist that is not well. And then here's some of that's not really the gun. Obviously, it's referenced all the way back to the first movie and the second movie. The gun he loves. So this is pretty cool. We get an underwater attack, which I think is pretty cool and new. She definitely has the biggest woman body count because she gets killed. The last at the start is dead. One goes out the window. Oh. He looks like the guy from there's a crime scene investigation. Doo 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 doo. God, it's just so drained of colour. Was it pitch black when they bleached the negative or something? I'm talking about in the commentary. Oh, stand on neg. That's you done. Woomph. I mean, to be honest with you, if that was the Antarctica and she was going in there, should she not really have a big jacket on as well? Because that water would have been fucking freezing. So that's totally an homage to Jaws, that. Totally. But yeah, it's not as brutal as the shower scene in the last one for sure. The realisation there's the blood in the eye. But that wasn't nice getting that in his eye. I hate contact lens. She like delivers this bad news. It's like Bert's going to die. But again, going back to the last movie when I was on about right, it's on Michael Goss. I mean, they didn't even name check anyone at the start. Of this, oh, did they? And they did name check people, didn't they? Sorry, I've watched that many fucking movies, but the idea that as soon as you see and you think, oh yeah, they're going to get killed off. But obviously, you're just waiting for Bert Cumber to die, aren't you? But he should never die. It's very the need to capture one alive. There you go, flash back to the third one. Right in the barrel. Aye, but again, it's just like, right, she delivers the bad news, you're dying, you're dead. Out the window. Have we even met the crazy guy yet? I suppose he's probably just been in the background. I'm anyone's listening to me, there you go, there's another thing reference, Set Your Blood on Fire, that comes creeping through the fucking window. They're really good, them, look at. But yep. Going back to the Loch Ness, if you listen to that podcast that I did yesterday in between the two Tremors, I sent a voice message to Brittany about going to the Loch Ness and stuff, and we got given £100 gift card for Christmas, for any hotel kind of thing. And with us being in New Zealand, start of the year, we were going to try and get away. Look at that, man, straight out in the garbage. Pretty cool stunt. And it looks like the fucking voucher might run out before we can use it. So hopefully companies like that will honour. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I got this voucher for Christmas. It was valid for a year. Alright, well you should have used it. Well, could we have? God, I thought he died. This is about where I turned it off last night. I mean, who's she? Yeah, I turned it off last night about this point. Went to bed. As I say, I'd only seen it the once. This guy, I think he really, really delivers well. It reminds us of Jamie Noble from The Wrestling. Just his mannerisms, I think. But he's got some really funny bits. I have no idea who that girl is in the back with the black jacket there on the right. You gotta follow her. You say when you're watching films, they're just on the background and like you're trying to pay attention, but like priorities ending. It's been weird for me because I used to like literally. We're talking maybe it's only the last year, right? I got a vinyl player, hooked it up, and I like a lot of film scores, and I was able to listen to film scores while I was editing because obviously there's not vocals on there and stuff. I mean, I have since then bought some albums, stuff like Fever Free, and other albums like that, and music I normally put on when I'm getting ready or just doing a bit of housework. But now it's just like, right, I've got the computer set up, I've got a big render, I've got the ability to play on the PlayStation or have a movie on, but it's always stop start, you know what I mean? For big movies, brand new movies, I like to obviously still get all the pillows in the corner, like flatten the bed and just absorb a movie, you know. Shut it down. See, this movie as well is a bit of a double turn on this as well because Bert sort of becomes the support in the film really gears toward Jamie Kennedy taking off. I mean, Jamie Kennedy owns the last bit of this movie, and that's what they were aiming for. But obviously, writing him off at the end of this, him getting with that girl, and that's that. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as Michael Goss comes back, the Tremors series is really, I mean, you know what I mean. That's what you get for, isn't it? This girl in the middle, I can't remember her. This one. Up the balls. Come to a fine later on. Right, we need to keep an eye on Pencilhead. I'm going to call her Pencilhead because she's got a pencil in her hair. Again, when you do podcasts, you like more. Oh yeah, aye, he does the runner with a fucking. See, he totally sounds South African. He's on a run. He's running like he shit himself though. Fuck, that was a hell of a leap and fall, that man. There you go. There's some of that. Again, as soon as it happens, it's slow motion, like the start of the movie there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I think who parked that car though, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, the car goes flying here, it's pretty cool stunt. go. Slow motion. I mean, look at that. Boom. It's a mint stunt. Flip that car. Oh, he's gone. Again, I mean, he gets bitten and all that, but it's off camera. So again there, I mean, there was a big ass stunt with that Jeep getting flipped. And then he gets eaten off camera like that. It's weird. I like how the logo on the computer and all that is the logo of the statue outside as well. I mean, it does look South African, and just want to say that, but, you know. And that's setting up him going fucking here with the fucking sticks of dynamite later on. Sand Shark reference. I know the original movie was going to be called Land Sharks, but Sand Shark is a class reference, so. Oh, oh, oh. And it's that makes reference to a geographical isolation. The whole jello of the wall thing comes up. Jello to the wall. The kind you cannot stop looking at people's sunglasses on a podcast, and you can all the time you see like lighting rigs and stuff like that. See, it would have been pretty cool actually, because like I know it's a daughter and all that, but it might have been cool if it was her from the first movie. Val's girlfriend, I keep forgetting her name. That would have been an interesting one if she came back, because it's like she's essentially following her mom's footsteps of like researching and all that kind of stuff. But obviously the second generation. Pencil Girls just walked out and shut the door. See, he plays it a bit comedy. He's meant to be like the Men in Black kind of thing. He doesn't play it tough. He plays it very comedic. Yeah, the Dr. Monroe reference. Keep thinking it's green screen reflection in his glasses, but there's an exit sign above the door, so that's pretty cool to cut that in. But I've just said that, and it's also reflecting off his glasses, so I don't know now what to believe. It's like, oh, the window's all green screened out, it's just the sound stage, because that's probably what's going on. That comes through the floor. No shit, it's on the roof. What do you think it is? Jesus. One of the agents gets killed here. It's unloading on the fucking floor. I don't know what they were expecting to hit there, like. Oof. It's pretty brave stunt that, like, because a lot of that was a thing. There it goes, the snake arm. They look class in this one. Oh, it's got him. See, another guy going to be killed off camera. Dragged away and killed. So that's 1, 2. That's a third person dragged off and... Fourth? No, third person dragged off and killed off camera. Guy at the start and gets his foot. That Franklin guy with his little box. And him there. I mean, she's very similar to the Hog guy in the other movie. Fucking absolute batshit crazy pilot. So Bert here knows that like they could be a good match. Oh no, Dual Shock 2 is low. So one thing about this lockdown, like me PlayStation pads, like not having much of it now. I mean this is class. This is one of the best bits of the movie. Flying graboid right over the top into the SU. Oh, the quad bike. I just love that after shot of him getting covered. It's class. So Pencilhead is on the roof with Val's daughter, so that's where she ends up. This one as well, it is quite isolated as a set, I think. They keep everyone together. Sorry, I went back 2 seconds because I was trying to plug my PlayStation in. That's fucking cool stunt, that. Again, going back to the whole slow motion and that, it just totally works with that. She gets on the car, doesn't she? Take off her pants, he's a reference to the first movie. But she's like, I'm not wearing any underwear. Ooh. Getting there, prosthetics, you know, as well, so. Even the guy just hanging on the Red Bull guy hanging off the drilling platform in the background is pretty cool. So again, this is like giving him a love interest. This writes him out of the series, really. Like that snake's just gone up there and they're like, shit. And they're like, oh yeah, like you're up there, have a wee. Free Willy and let the big dog eat. I mean, wow. Okay. Dig out that disco stick. I mean, fuck me, man. He totally reminds me of Jamie Noble, that kid, like. And she's like sex pesting on him. The right, like, blue is just in every scene. blue hat, blue shirts, blue oil rig, blue shirt. There again, slow motion again. It's fucking pissing for England there, like. Everyone's legging it now. Oh no, Bert's having another attack. Getting though, when you're watching this the first time, you're on edge thinking he's gonna die. The two graboids, no streakers. The first one, really, there's no evolution as well. Fucking hell. It's gonna go for him. Oh no, Bert, where you going? Boom. So Wingman's a good one for this. I don't think he calls him Gummy Bear once, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, that one didn't look as good as the last one. I like it how he didn't shoot it the first time as well. But I would say, I mean, I obviously suggested to Theo that we should try and get Michael Gloss for HorrorCon. But yeah, I would definitely pay to meet Jamie Kennedy. He probably does a lot of the conventions with the Scream reunion. I wouldn't get Scream signed though. I need a wire. If you want, there you go, slow motion again. But yeah, the electrical barrier works fine here. Sorry, I'm just looking for a wire. Important business, you see. Just fucking totally go wild, and they've just kept that in. He probably fucking laughed, but then cringes at that bit. Poor bird. Oh, found one. Yes. Too many fucking wires, too many fucking things. Does anyone else have problems with wires that just seem to knot themselves together? We named it Sally. thing is, there's a lot of new good characters, but then I think it's a situation. You've got to put Bert and Jamie in. I'll go straight for them, don't I? See, again, as I say, like, I don't think any of the rest of the gang here dies. I mean, these guys get all butchered really off camera. So that's him dead off camera. That's the other guy dead off camera. Coming out fucking rolling on fire. Pulled back in off a tentacle and explodes off camera. This is a min stunt, this though. The flipping one of them cargo crates. It's really cool. Fucking guy's face. Proper stubborn old guy there. That's what old people do. That they get really stubborn in the ways. But again, it's kind of like the passing of the torch. The hook and reeling thing is pretty insane, like. Automatic drill. He's been standing there for fucking ages. What's coming from? Oh, that fucking binocular effect, man. Fucking Happy Meal. Get in. Sorry if you can hear my computer in the background tapping away. There's some weird fucking faces coming here, mate. Everyone on slow motion, just like raw. Especially here with a chainsaw and the fucking bit of wood. It's fucking insanity, man. It blows him up, doesn't it? Gets one. Big fucking yellow sandstorm, that, like. It's pretty insanity, that, like. Again, though, you don't see the grab out explode off camera, we'll just get a big fucking squirt. And sort of uses broke into the goddamn basement, didn't you? It's sort of a reminisce of that. I used to drop a turd in the punch bowl, for fuck's sake. But it's another siege. Oh, his fucking eyes bleeding well good though. The guy loads up all his grenades in the background. Don't know if you just seen that cut though, he'd already put the glasses on and then cuts back to him, he hasn't got the glasses on, so. But again though, there's a car still flipped and stuff like that. I always praise the Tremors for that, they're always aware of, like, you know, that's going down. Better go fucking crazy with it. Again, he's not really a menacing bad guy, he's not a Men in Black, he has as much comical timing as much as the rest of them do. Just jump, you chicken shit. Oh yeah, blibes him off, doesn't he? Which is pretty good, you know. Sets Bert back up good and proper when he gets home. Nothing to worry about. Never really established where Bert got all his money from and stuff like that as well, so. The fucking reference, I think, sorry, I proper missed it earlier on, had me laughing my fucking head off about Wesley Snipes. The first time I heard it and the second time you've dodged it more than Wesley Snipes, but that was fucking genius. Takes a good tumble off these fucking ladders, my dear. Into the fence as well. Remember the instance I've got with a fucking ladder. I went to talk to Adam. I think I was on the early, Adam was on the late. And I had no idea that Adam had put his cup of coffee. He always has this cup of tea. Had it on the ladder and I just walked, I was talking to him. And I just put my foot like that on the edge of that and the fucking cup went flying and I caught it. But I caught it the wrong way around and just spilled everything. All Adam could do was laugh his head off. And Adam's partner, Sophie, who we all worked together, she obviously laughing her head off and caught it all on CCTV as well. Mustang Sangi, I'm going to talk a little bit louder here because Mustang Sangi's blasting. This guy goes on an absolute mad fucking grenade throwing thing. It's like craziness. See, he's got a really good role, you know what I mean? And like, just totally, honestly, it's almost like a Stifler character. He would be good in the Tremors series if they were like casting outside the box. See again though, everyone's on about, oh yeah, Scream the revival and all that. Like, no, they'll not have the original casting and that. I'm get right. If people have got so much problem with that, why don't they make a movie with the original casting in different roles? Again, they're just working together. What do I know? Just clearing some space now. That podcast fucking flew through that. Fighting over the gun. Fairly goes over and like. Again though, he's playing it well, you know, like. Watching it, do you think, is he going to sacrifice himself? Is he not going no back? And again, it's all about passing the torch to Jamie Kennedy here. Here's where the passing is, really. He needs to step up. So he becomes Travis Gummer. Gets the glasses and the hat on. Hat goes on, glasses on. That's some of Bert's memorable quotes. So, while I'm waiting for stuff to go, let's have a just look at Jamie Kennedy, see how he's actually went on, really. Jesus, he's well down on the fucking cast listing for Tremors 5 and that. So mainly known for Son of Mask, Scream 2, Malibu's Most Wanted. Romeo and Juliet, yep, he was in that, had a good supporting role. I'm just trying to think of films. Lucifer, he's in. Just looking for ones that are fucking hell, I've seen that The Sand a few times. So he kind of has took a lot of low budget, lots of low budget. Wow, I'm really struggling to find something that's like, wow, he was in that. Harold Kumar, he's just the creepy guy in the bush. I mean, that's a fucking brilliant cameo, that. Jay and Silent Bobby's in that. Dr. Dolittle, Bait. Bullfinger. Yeah, he's a fuck. Bullfinger was well down there. So was Enemy of the State. But Bullfinger is a mint film. Sparky, yeah. Scream, Romeo and Juliet, Ellen. The Hungover Games. He's been on a lot. Stand-up comedian as well. Did a lot of really funny skit stories as well. So they get ready for an action plan, of course. So the hook and line story. It's absolutely. I mean, the car getting in the background. You know, fire the aeroplane up, get the graboid to follow the tic-tac-toe machine, hook the graboid, let the graboid go. It's one in a million shot in it. But it's a whole nail and jal to the wall reference. It's ludicrous, but again, this is really just letting him take the lead on it, everything, so. Rock the cradle. binocular effect, man. But again, binocular effects, pencil head girl, so that's why I didn't recognise this. She always got binoculars on her face. Oh, getting ready with the fucking rods and that. It's a fucking ludicrous plan. So we're into the last stretch here. Really cool shot there, and again, slow motion ground exploding. The score reminds me of original Red Dwarf. I mean, that's a really good shot as well because you would see the reflections. So there's been definitely some digital enhancements there. Boom! Look at that ground going up. It's fucking class. Clink. Hooked it. It's a once in a lifetime shot there. I mean, what was the backup plan if that didn't work? It's a cool shot, the graboid. It's hooked it. Oh shit. It's really funny, that bit. Fucking glass smash. Oh, fucking stab it to death. So that's it, really. The threat is over. So we get mainly more comedy here. And they all have the chances of taking out the arms. Go medieval on it, should have been the word. Got alpha on the one. Oh, see there though, I mean, it kind of looks like an original, but it's obviously got 2 extra glows, but that's a great prosthetic that. Going out with my fucking machete. It's like that video went viral yesterday. Fucking amazing of everyone like looking like they're getting punched through the screen and cutting to somebody else. It's kind of what you would have to do there. You would just have to sort of like, you'd absolutely look ludicrous. Because obviously they're all going to be added in later on, but I think he's definitely the star of this movie. Like, steals the show. This guy's got a fucking mental fucking wooden hammer fucking spike. This is for the biggest laugh in the movie. It's away from Wesley Snipes. It's this reveal of his butt crack. But again, he is looking old there, bless him. It's a bit fucking mental how far he has to go in for that gland, like. It looks like you could reach it from there. Oh. Oh. a lot of work to do on this fucking computer. Fucking. Oh! Synonymous orange blood. And you think he's dying and he's up and he's like, oh. Look at how he's like still parading with a gun. Grim in it. That's what sets him off. Don't be touching that gun that way. Right, my plasters are gonna have to come off. And he's alive. He is alive. There we go, gives his hat back, glasses back, guns back, and Bert Gummer's back. No snow. There you go, yeah, fucking kill the graboid with the aeroplane. Again, the aeroplane's set up earlier on in the movie that he flies the aeroplane, so. There you go, and then he comes back and woof, you're dead. Tell you, so when this movie finished, which it's about to finish, I fast forward the end credits, and guess what? There was 67 chapters to skip forward to for the movie. 67 of all like the international properties and stuff like that, like all the warnings and stuff. There you go. Looks like Paula Bacon there. Big life. There you go. See, to me, I think if they went the whole survival thing and and that was going well, but again they've went for Bert not being well and he's failed yet again. He'd been a monster hunter. And again, his references to Kevin Bacon and all that. He likes to barge in So like it's almost like saying he doesn't just drop by for a cameo, he likes to barge in, have his own show. A little bit tongue in cheek there, I think. But again, would she be in the TV show? Because this is the kind of franchise where we like it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a shame that Grady, Earl, Val, they've all gone, do you know what I mean, and not returned to the franchise as actors. But at least they haven't been replaced as characters. And the series always likes to branch out and keeps characters going. It's like the cast that came back from the original in the third one. Especially the girl from Jurassic Park who's all grown up now. Miguel, remember his name. And this is a bit of an homage to the original. Running back for that big kiss. Bert trying to give him some friendly advice. Goes back to him. There you go, big kiss. Looks at spectators. Ooh, he's well in there. Back to perfection. Pops. Oh. There we go. Bang. End credits. Directed by John Michael Paul again. So if you skip forward, fuck me, did Jamie Kenny get top billing? Let's go back to that. Just want to see if Jamie Kenny gets top billing. Jamie Kennedy, Tara Van Gran, Jamie Lee Money, Kristan Naradu, Kino Lee Hector, Rob Van Varuran, Andrea Peace, Francisco Nazarberry, Paul Dudud, get these names from, Christine Pazou, and he gets the and again. God, Jamie Kenny's been billed. So just fast forward the productions. Before I sign off this podcast, there's no hidden bit like there was with the fifth one. Universal 1440. There you go. So dies is gone. 67 menus, like clicks forward to get back to the menu screen. Every single language you can imagine. Look at that. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. There we go. 67 clicks to get back to the menu screen. So there we go. So I've been Steve Monkey Mason. This is be the end of the Tremors series for now, unless they release the Kevin Bacon one. I'll be doing a podcast review random for Island Fury when it comes out straight away. These obviously have been held back because of Welcome to the Land of the Long White Cloud. The first two will be released before the New Zealand footage drops, and then the rest comes after that because that's how they fall, because I talk past tense about New Zealand and stuff. But yep, thanks for listening. Goodbye for now.